It is 3:45 in the afternoon. I got here at 10:30. I just got done tarping this thing. I'm telling you, it is windy in Baltimore. I am right by the water. I don't know if you can see that or not. And boy, throw one tarp on and get off the trailer as fast as you can and run around and grab corners and start throwing bungees on before the wind blows it off, because the wind is going to blow it off. So we're up here in Baltimore, Maryland, getting a lumber load going to Hagerstown, Indiana. So, turned out to be a great day. Anyways, I'm going to flip this camera on and tell you why this is such a great day. So the reason this is such a great day, there's a couple things. Number one, I was coming up through Baltimore and I was supposed to stay on 695. And my GPS put me on 97. Well, my dumbass didn't realize that it was put me on 97. It just said stay right. I figured it was keep me on 96. I didn't really see the sign until I was already on 97. Well, 97 ain't gonna get you to where I need to be. So I had to run down the road 3 miles, turn around and come back. That was nice. Then when I got over here, I got this truck here in front of me. And then over here, there's another mountain. I'm ahead of both these guys, right? Both these guys are behind me. So I get to the where I check in at, and I wrote down my number, but the last number looked like a 3 instead of a 5. So she said I had to call my DM and get my number right, because that number wasn't right. So these two guys got ahead of me. Well, the mountain guy got ahead of me. Well, in the process of me calling my DM, she punched the number in as a 5 because it showed that number and showed where it was going. So when she punched that number in as a 5, it showed Hagerstown, Indiana. She come running out to me and told me to double check my number with my DM, that it's a 5, not a 3. Well, I looked at my paperwork and I looked at my tab, and it's a 5, not a 3. So I said, yeah, that's the number. So this mountain guy got ahead of me. And then she said, you need to follow this mountain guy and they're going to take you back in because we're at a port. So there's like an escort taking us back in. So I followed this mountain guy back in. Well, we get to a stop sign, right? And the forklift driver comes up to the mountain guy and looks at his paperwork and then tells him to follow him. Well, my dumb ass I was supposed to follow that truck, so I followed him back in here. Well, there's no one to load me because he's loading the mountain truck. Well, the other truck, the black truck in front of me, pulled up and a forklift driver got his paperwork and went and loaded him. So now I'm sitting here and both these trucks were behind me and now they're both getting loaded and I'm sitting here not getting loaded. Oh, you can't make it up. What a day, what a day. So anyways, I talked to the forklift driver. He's like, are you getting loaded? I'm like, no. He's like, well, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, I was told to follow that mountain truck. I'm a mountain truck. And he told me to follow that. He's going to bring it back. He's like, yeah, but you're supposed to stop at a stop sign. I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that now whenever I seen these two guys getting loaded and I wasn't. And they were both behind me. He's like, okay. He's like, we'll just hang out right there. He said, I'll load you as soon as I get done loading these guys. So I guess we'll get loaded at some points, but right now we're just hanging out and waiting to get loaded. What a day, what a day. I should have just stayed home, really. I got here at 10:30 to get loaded and everybody's gone. I talked to that forklift driver. I was like, listen, he's like, hey, hang out. I'll get this truck in front of you done. Them two trucks are gone. The mountain truck's gone and the other truck, I'll show you here in a second. They're both gone. So the one truck, that black truck that was in front of me, he was getting loaded. He was right there. He's gone. He's loaded, gone. The mountain truck, he was over there. He's loaded. He's going. I talked to the forklift driver when he was loading that the black truck that was in front of me, that Western Star. And he's like, hang out. He said, as soon as I get this black truck loaded, I'll get you loaded. I said, okay, cool, whatever. So I hung out and he got him loaded and he came over and I go to hand him my paperwork. He's like, hold on, I gotta come. He said, I gotta go check this other truck out real quick first. He said, and I'll be back. That was an hour ago. Everybody's gone. There's no forklift drivers around. There's no trucks. There's nobody. I'm just sitting here waiting to get loaded. I got here at 10:30. It's 12:30. Still not loaded. I should have just stayed home. I should have just stayed home and just called off. It's gonna be one of those days, I guess. So it's now 10 after 1 and I'm finally getting loaded. And the only reason I'm getting loaded is because I drove back up to where the stop sign was. And the guy that was loading me was actually going to get another truck. He was loading other trucks. He had forgot about me. So I'd have sat over here all day if I wouldn't have drove back up there. I drove back up and there's 8 or 9 trucks in line, 10 trucks in line. I'm like, I'm not getting in line. I ain't going back. And I was sitting there. He comes around the corner and sees me and comes over. He's like, oh man, I forgot about you. I was like, yeah. So now I'm finally getting loaded, but it's 1 o'clock, 10 after 1, so it's going to be another 35-40 minutes. So we might be loaded by 1:45. Then I got to go strap and tarp it. So I got here at 10:30. Should have been, I would have just stopped at the stop sign instead of following that truck. Instead of following the other mountain. They told me to follow the other mountain, so I figured, you know, whatever. But I didn't stop at the stop sign, and because of that, almost 3 hours till I got loaded. Whatever. Well, we'll get loaded, we'll strap it, tarp it, and probably roll out of here. We gotta go scale it. I don't know. We'll see how it works out, but like I said, I should have just stayed in bed today. So we are finally ready to roll. This whole day, I hate to be complaining, I hate to sound, I don't know, it's just, it's easy to complain, I hate complaining, but it's easy to complain. It is 3:45 in the afternoon. I got here at 10:30. I just got done tarping this thing. I'm telling you, it is windy in Baltimore. I am right by the water. I don't know if you can see that or not. And boy, throw one tarp on and get off the trailer as fast as you can and run around and grab corners and start throwing bungees on before the wind blows it off, because the wind is going to blow it off. And it's just grabbing a tarp and just fighting a tarp. Even after you got it strapped, the corner strapped, you go and put a couple in the middle. And then just fighting it. The wind's just blowing so bad. I didn't blow any off my trailer or anything like that. But anyways, I did not think when I rolled in here at 10:30 that it'd be 3:30 and I would just be done. And I am just now done. Just now done getting ready to roll out. 556 miles, and my 14-hour clock is down to 5 hours and 53 minutes. I don't know. We ain't gonna go very far tonight, and it's gonna be I don't know, stops. I don't know yet, cause it's 4 o'clock, 3:45. I'm pulling out. I got to deal with Baltimore rush hour traffic. That'll be fun. And then I got to deal with Frederick, Maryland rush hour traffic. So I ain't gonna make no time at all. No time at all. But that's what we got. We're gonna head on up the road here. I gotta stop in Hagerstown, Maryland, get fuel. That's gonna be fun because that pilot there is a joke. And then see how far we can go after that. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but it's a day to not work out like I wanted it to. Not at all. But it's what you got. That's trucking. We'll go from there. Of course, now that I'm done tarping, the wind ain't blowing. I ain't know how it works out. Here's my tarp job. Pretty nice considering a 3-tarper. Of course, it's always the 3-tarper. And you can hear that wind now. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind. But that's my tarp job. Pretty nice looking tarp job considering how windy it was. Come to the back. We got my little mini bulkhead. That looks pretty good. We're looking right into the sun, so. Not too shabby considering, not too shabby. It'd have been nice if we could have just rolled without tarping this thing. It took me a good hour to tarp it, hour and 15 minutes. And we've been an hour and 15 minutes up the road. Nice big hole there. Yeah. All right, let's rock and roll. So it is the next morning, and boy, yesterday was a day. After all, we finally got loaded, like I said, and everything. Got the tarp and everything. I showed you all that stuff. And then we pulled out and come to Baltimore. And it was like after 4 o'clock. I expected it to be pretty bad rush hour traffic. And for rush hour traffic, it was nothing to talk about. It was really not bad at all. So anyways, and then we got up on 70 and we were rolling, and I was like, wow, we're rolling pretty good. I mean, I figured it was gonna be pretty bad rush hour traffic there too. Got through Frederick, man, I was like, man, this is sweet, man. I still got like 5.5 hours of driving. I think I got about 6 hours of driving at that point. And on the other side of Frederick, about 10 miles, they had road construction. They had all the lanes shut down to one, and it was backed up for 8 or 9 miles. And I caught the very end of it. So that was 8 miles. I think it's about 8 miles out, 7 miles out maybe. And man, it took me 3 hours and some change to go 70 miles. From Baltimore to Hancock, Maryland, 70 miles. It took me 3 hours. And that construction, I think I sat in that construction for 2.5 hours. I think I sat in that construction for 2.5 hours. Not sat in it, but ruined. I was averaging about 3 to 4 miles an hour. And a lot of times it just came to a dead stop. Because when you come across 70, there's a couple places where there's 3 lanes. Well, right before the construction, you come up the hill and they got the trucker lane for the slow trucks. Of course, everybody jumps in that because of the slow traffic. But went from 3 lanes down to 1 lane. Yeah. It was not fun at all. So anyways, then we went over to the pilot to get fuel. That was a joke. We're over to the pilot to get fuel. Sit in line for 20 minutes. You know how it is. And I get up there, finally get up to the fuel pumps. The fuel pumps ain't working. So I didn't get no fuel. I think I got like 3 gallons. They just stopped working. They just completely stopped working. So anyways, not a very good day yesterday. Today's gonna be better. We got about 445 miles to go to get to the destination. We're about 8 hours out. So, and it's 6:45 in the morning. That's the earliest I can leave. I didn't get to, it was 8:30 before I got to Hancock. I only had like 2 hours left to driving. And I really wanted to go farther, but 8:30 at night, there's nowhere to park in Pennsylvania on the turnpike. They got little service plazas on this side. Now down towards Philly, there's a couple big ones. But up on this side of towards Pittsburgh, there's little ones that have like 15 spots, 20 spots. Well, it's 8:30. I have 2 hours. I wouldn't got up there till 9:30, 10, and I didn't have been down to like only 20, 30 minutes of driving.
In 1 mile, exit left, then turn left.
Yeah. So I just shut it down in Hancock because I don't think I can find parking anywhere up there. That's what we got. So we're gonna try to get up there. We're gonna get up. We're gonna load check and freeze what I believe, and run 70 to pull out across where we're gonna deliver at. So that's the plan. We'll see how that works. That's the plan. We'll see how that works out. We got this load off today. We cut her close. So
in 1/4 mile, turn right.
This load was, man, this load was bad the whole way. We got here with 27 minutes. We got up at the other place with 27 minutes left on our drive clock for an 8-hour break. I knew it was gonna be close. We had to get here before 4:30. At least here like at 3:15. Took a half-hour break. If I would have taken a half-hour break,
right.
it'd have been 4 o'clock till I got here. They quit unloading at 4:30. So I busted butt up the highway and got here up the road, where the address where they told me to go, with 27 minutes to go on my clock. I go in there and they're like, you're at the wrong location. You got to get down the road 2 miles. We just opened a new location. That's where you got to deliver this to. I'm like, man, I ain't got like 20 minutes left on my drive clock. He said it's 2 miles, man. Takes like 5 minutes. I jumped back in the truck, drove down here, pouring rain. Not pouring rain, but it's raining steady and hard. I'm soaked. And there's nothing like rolling up 3 tarps in the rain, man. I ain't done that in a while. I don't miss it. Tarping don't bother me too much.
In 1.5 miles.
But tarping in the rain, man. I don't know about that. That's fun. So I had to pull 3 tarps off. Obviously it's raining. Like I said, it's raining. It's not pouring, but it's raining steady. Like I'm soaked. I'm definitely soaked. And they got me unloaded, wrapped up all my tarps, put all my straps away, all my bungees, had a bunch of boards on the deck, had to build a quick bulkhead. Yeah, I'm glad this load's over with. This load was just not my favorite. It's not a bad load. It's
In
just
1.25
everything that
miles,
happened.
turn left.
Everything that happened on this load. So it's like 5 o'clock in the evening. I mean, it took me an hour and 15 minutes from the time I started untarping until I got all the tarps rolled up to them. All my straps rolled up. And my tarps are wet, so they're big. So they only barely fit in my box. So I'm having trouble getting all my edge protectors in my box. And you know, it's pouring down rain, so I can't shoot no video. Plus, I'm trying to just get everything cleaned up as fast as possible so I ain't out in the soaking rain. It ain't fun. So anyways, like I said, it's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go down here. There's a Love's 13 miles down the road. We're gonna run down there. Shut down, I guess. It's got 130 parking, so we should be able to find parking. But it is 5 o'clock and it's a Love, so you know, it's up in the air on that. Other than that, you know, wasn't bad. We left this morning out of Hancock at 6:45. That's whenever I can legally drive. 6:43, I think. So you rode out of there at 6:45, and it was 8 hours, 7 hours and 45-minute drive, 444 miles, I think is what it was, from Hancock, Maryland. And I didn't make no video. It was late last night when I got in. I didn't get it shut down till 8:30. We had road construction up on 70.
Turn left.
I don't know if I told you guys that. I went 70 miles in 3 hours with that road construction. So it's raining. You can see the rain coming down. It's nasty out. So I made no time at all last night. And I was making good time today. Then we hit road construction in Indiana. And that was fun. That wasn't too bad though. That only slowed me down by about 5 minutes. But it did slow me down a little bit. But I guess we made it. We got everything we needed to get done. Made it over, got it off. Good to go. So I guess that's gonna do it. I'm gonna jump up here on the interstate. Get down the road to the Loves. Don't forget to check the description box below. There's a link. If you want to drive, if you're currently driving and you want to come over to Melton, or if you're looking to get into driving and want to come to Melton, click that link. It'll take you over to an application. And come over and tarp in the rain.
Continue
Fun.
on route.
Fun, fun, fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.